and travel the world and have other opportunities.
She's spitting there. I can't lie. These guys can take a vacation and mask it as the stream. 9-to-5 workers versus streamers debate. So basically this video is going to be if they can rage bait actual workers.
Like your mom like that,
she
dude.
Is right now.
You
It's
just
5
your
rage
mom and say
baiters
that
versus
your work is
actual
harder?
workers, basically.
That is so rude.
All right, can I talk? Can I talk? Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job isn't dangerous. You would have to go to work.
Yo, they really treat work and job as a slur.
Went to school and still...
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice. You're
high. You're hungover.
Credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
Oh, this video is a minute ago. Or at least when they recorded.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9-to-5.
Nah.
That's such a dumb argument, though. Like, I think it's objectively work. Okay, it depends on the job, though. Like, if you're a construction worker, then obviously that's going to be harder than anything anyone ever does. Or oil rig. Like, what the fuck?
Facts, bro.
You can't just put all 9-to-5 jobs at the same tier.
9-to-5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
Dude, that's the thing is, you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motion. Nice sleep. You wake up, you go, some patties, maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have like a switch that never
when you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to deal with
That's the other thing, though. With streaming, or like content creation, you are your own boss. At the end of the day, you are your own boss. So one day you don't feel like streaming or doing anything, you're gonna lose money that day. You're not gonna make money that day, but you can choose to have the flexibility of not doing something that day.
Tens of thousands of people
rather than someone else that might deadass get fired.
Every decision we make, every thought we have.
You guys got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have to sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
You got it gravy, bro.
What's the next trend? What's the next idea? Oh my God, I have to stream today.
I got dogs. I want to bite my ass every day.
And you have lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You guys.
So we don't have breaks.
24/7.
Be at home like you and get back and get paid big money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around. We're walking around doing things, going to parties.
Bro, they really had streams where they straight up just went to In-N-Out and came back, and that was the whole stream.
For not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Wait, what?
Just for not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a steady rate.
You're not guaranteed?
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
If you work. That's your decision if you don't want to work.
I gotta work at the job for years.
If I don't go live, I don't get paid either.
We don't gotta deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is bullshit. We don't like this video. We have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9-to-5 shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat, whatever.
Well.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck.
That is true, though. Like, the mental aspect, imagine having tens of thousands of people shitting on you. You know?
I'm going to go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
You don't experience that on a normal 9-to-5.
These flags are actually useless. We
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at
decided to
explaining.
use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did that?
Because I was actually a cook, so that means for 15 years I had to get up practically every day, get
This nigga really has an NMS throat.
dressed, go to work. I had to deal with not
He has a
only
target
adults,
on his
but I
throat.
also had to deal with children.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The lazy
He's
thugs
right about
are-
that.
Do you not know who the lazy thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security, this having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook.
you gotta
You
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job.
What is secure about a 9-to-5? I don't get
have a
it. You can
degree, I
get
have-
laid off any.
This, I don't know.
What? At any
happen to me
time.
tomorrow.
Hypothetically,
Might get
if
laid
you
off
said-
tomorrow.
If you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him.
Job.
What would you
Job.
do? If you lost completely all your YouTubers, you had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually go to work.
Oh.
Technically, he wouldn't, cause he still got millions in his bank account. But fuck it.
Did I just cuss at you?
You'll never have to work a normal job ever
If I
again.
did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start staying.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
that's smart
so then
too.
you would have to actually go to
Actually,
work.
really smart.
You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
But you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to
proving
turn
my
around.
point. You're proving my point on
This is the
why
dumbest argument.
This is harder because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there. You could be a private chef. You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
She does look like a typical, like stereotypical lunch lady.
I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, it's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on Instagram.
Yo, Adapt's not real, bro. Yo, Adapt is actually not real. He's the most unserious in this video.
Like I gotta make sure I get the 4 Loco can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from South. From
Okay, there's no way they're gonna win this argument. There's no way they can gaslight themselves or like to making these people think that a registered nurse is harder than what they're doing.
Years ago, I decided to go to nursing because
Nursing is
I wanted
hard.
to be a creative out. I love fashion, acting, singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism back in the rat's ass creators, and they would. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had a daughter.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. No.
There's no way.
You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy.
There's nothing Lacey can say about this.
Rhonda, guys, I got a question for Rhonda. I got a
did.
question for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about 3
I mean, yeah, it isn't
30
healthy,
minute
but-
breaks throughout that. You get to go home, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you break? You clean?
When have you been a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit?
I ain't gonna lie.
never ran a
You
3-minute ad?
pass track?
What does he mean? Is that supposed to be a bad thing?
You're short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationship you have.
Oh my God.
Now
It's fake
think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person parasocial. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging you
caught with
based on
my
it.
ex
I
in
got caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. You stop caring about what people think, what they say about you. Do you? And that's a big problem. We're about what social
fine shit right
media,
there.
what they say about you.
That's our
That's
job.
our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
Oh my
24-hour
God.
open surgery.
Oh,
Shorthand.
Okay, this is
We're
rich.
saving thousands, you're saving one.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This nigga Ron is actually a
You
troll.
said 30-day subathon, right?
Yeah.
My argument is that you guys, none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
part of the
editors,
Faze team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
That is true. That is true.
I would even go as far to say as every
They're the product. At the end of the day, these guys are the product.
person in this room did as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9 to 5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
That's true.
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
She's laughing, bro. She's making me mad.
Wait,
I
what?
actually feel like they're wrong.
David Ronaldo streams high energy. This is just. Oh God.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder?
Well, you're guaranteed.
Guaranteed pay.
Yeah.
Right? Harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you.
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it
Forever.
easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah,
guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on paid regularly? Is that what you?
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. Say someone who works food, if you're someone who works a doctor, it's obviously, if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier.
How so?
Oh, are they saying like a casual like fast food retail job? Then
Well, it's be guaranteed, and you don't need a crazy knowledge. You don't school for most jobs, like certain things, like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one
9 to
aspect of it.
Working
right?
at
Yeah.
Foot Locker,
Okay.
working at a job like Panera or whatever Lacey is easier than a streamer. Yes, being a streamer, you have to come up with ideas. You have to stay relevant. There
Oh,
was
we're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
what do you-
talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to
that's
start with
one
though?
way that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
you started
even.
with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why
Oh,
don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
any.
that is the other thing though. Like there's no clocking out when it comes to what they do. They gotta always be on top 24/7.
Thing.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it?
And when
harder
they're
if
not
you're guaranteed
actually
pay? I worked for
live, they
4
gotta be
years
thinking about what
of
to do the
streaming, I
next
didn't make
day,
$1.
plan
Well,
out the
it's your
week.
definition, that's
feel-
the thing. It's like what
Stuff
is
that you need
difficult.
creativity.
They
you need
burn
to
out
get out
faster,
of your
at least.
circle, comfort zone.
There's no
You need to
downtime.
be able to actually make people believe
If
what
they're
you
locked in,
believe
at
in the
least.
sense
If they're,
of
like,
oh,
grinding.
this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows? Okay, you watch
So
YouTube.
much
So it's the
YouTube.
same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's
True.
true. But you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees.
So do you truthfully, you could sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that? I'm just using the best
Sure.
example. Is harder than a streamer?
Depends on what you are saying the word hard means. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity, because
there's
some
hard-
people around here said, "Oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m." Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
okay,
like
we have to do
this,
the
like-
same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
He's right though.
No,
A
we
full
deal with
working at Foot Locker
millions
is gonna be
When
way
you're
easier than what they
creating
do.
that content and you have
100%.
your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
But then again, they get paid
Not
millions of
true.
dollars.
Then you're
So
not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he
Wait, what?
And you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with
all. I have.
You and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
Not true.
Workers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, "Oh, we're not doing it anymore"? You lose your job.
if the work is
that is true though.
picking
He's spitting on that one.
up a phone or
It's not just
turning on the
himself.
camera
You
as
got
opposed to going in with
employees.
a bunch of
A
people
lot of them.
and having to multitask tasks
That's
you have to
fact.
do throughout your shift
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing
Wait,
your
what?
Stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do your shift
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
job for however many number
Okay,
of hours
perfectly.
that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching do. Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear
Yeah,
me out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye.
Damn.
Seeing a lot of flags.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. I know. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
9 to 5.
Hey, look good though. Hey, we good.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that.
Huh?
stuff for me when I get home. But if I didn't, I would have to cook for a girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home.
Look at him.
But
He's like, GG.
if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect. And I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media abroad?
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other opportunities.
She's spitting there. I can't lie. That's fact. These guys can take a vacation and mask it as the stream, and it's just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can do anything and mask it as
I
a
can
stream.
answer a couple. So you're saying like to go
They
back
can go
to
to Hawaii, Bora Bora, and be like, yeah, we're going to Bora Bora. We're doing a Bora Bora stream.
beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would have been able to do it without.
Example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a
2023.
sudden it went down. Right.
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off completely. About to myself. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling? About to myself. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke.
Look at her smiling.
We've all been there. Every 9-to-5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every month.
I was in the red
Red.
every single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so
I do remember this.
alone
Double whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like why she's laughing, bro.
So I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
Wait, it's
Income. How are you able to survive?
I lived.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It
so it's privileged to live with your parents at the age of 16.
is.
But my
because-
mom,
They're not
but my
normal?
mom, how actually, how's
What?
privilege before you
It's
go?
privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents.
I mean,
Yeah, but a lot of
Facts,
people
like,
don't, and they have to
what is
take
that's
9
a
to
whole
5.
different. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What
that
does
is
it
true. That's a whole
do
different
9 to
convo.
5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to
opportunity-
LA?
I moved across the country as well with my.
Do you not think that?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica, trundle bed.
Okay, well, I was reselling. shit.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was too, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities. So if you didn't have content, what would you be?
Goals that way. I set up my life to. I know I would do. If we all got paid.
That's the other thing. He did it so young where he didn't even know what else he would have
Every single month.
been
Let's say we
doing.
just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still? I'm asking. Would you guys say that all of our jobs are?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because.
Not secure.
It's
How is it not secure if you knew what you were gonna do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings,
But
to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say
lose,
I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
that's
videos. Even
true.
if people are hating on
But
you and
that's
shitting
not
on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So were
school.
we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
He's such a dumbass.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
College professor.
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job. I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up
What?
and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly, a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their job. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some
You know what I
followers,
think is equivalent to? I think it's equivalent to like starting your own business in a way. Like if you start your own business, it's the same shit as what they're doing, basically. Like your
because
own,
of something you
know?
say, you'll get other followers, and you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're using content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now. You know, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check
you're
it out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years.
Okay.
Bro, I feel like it's equivalent to like starting your own business. Let's say you have a product in mind, you want to start a business, and you started from the ground up. It's the same thing that these niggas be doing. Same shit, literally. It takes forever. It takes a lot of effort.
Years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationship with your audience.
Okay.
So what would be harder, a normal 9 to 5 or starting your own business? Obviously, starting your own business, and I put starting your own business in the same category as what these people be doing.
Into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not.
Same
It
as streamers,
takes
same
work
as
for
content
sure.
creation.
But like, what you guys are
You
talking
yourself,
about
like
in
you're
terms
really
of, like,
you're
the
trying to sell yourself. You're trying to make a
takes
business
on you. A
around
large
yourself.
part of it, and let me
You
tell
know
you,
what I'm saying?
I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever. But at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5
That's the
has
other
to do
thing.
that.
What do you do?
You could choose what time to like. There's crazy flexibility. That's one perk.
College professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
We have
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
You know what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I
You were-
don't think
okay.
anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone that's playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could do so.
I don't know if
So
that's
Yeah,
something
this
to be
guy
proud
always
of, but
bringing up
okay.
the
I had to do that
crane
for 4
shot,
years,
bro.
Right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I had to do Faze Clan, build Faze Clan out, fix Faze Clan, and then do
Yo, thank God
streaming.
Adapt cut that shitty haircut, bro. Cut his shitty hair.
Do Faze Clan, build Faze Clan out, fix Faze Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
By himself.
Was it just you? Like
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it.
That's the worst argument I've ever heard in my life. It's like saying the curriculum he taught, let's say he's teaching physics. He didn't create physics. You know how many people built upon the previous concepts and built upon, and that's what he's teaching? Like, what?
thing.
That's
And
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the previous
exist, if it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on, then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I
True.
also
You
had
have
to
a
spend
campus to
years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
That's so.
Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid
Riz.
to play video games. We understand.
Loki just mad.
And my from physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys with the
Oh,
physicality.
brother.
You guys just
I know how to do a three-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone
know.
is very different. Very different than having to get up
Wait, how does he know how to do a 3-strand braid? What?
in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You
just teach
haul it
himself how to do
around,
that?
get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all
Bet.
day. You never sit down.
I hear you, I
You're
hear you.
I built a house.
You're breathing in toxic
We
chemicals.
built a house. They got 4 pieces of wood, of just straight flat wood, and just drilled it together. And like, yeah, that's a house.
All right, can I talk? Can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your thing
physically
is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
bet, listen. So your whole thing. Your whole thing is we can't do right?
It's not
No, no,
physical.
but-
I'm saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for a
job where
second.
you physically have to do
So-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You could never trick shot. You could not hit a
Oh my God.
You can't 1080. You can't hold controller
Claw.
and make a 200K montage. You can't, man. Come on, man. None of you can. None of you could physically
And you have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
It's
yes.
taking them 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is never
What?
done. When you're
Would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
You don't
all
know-
of the
wait,
things
wait,
that you
stop.
use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your
You don't know
gear.
about dry streaks. You don't know about hit marker.
Don't know what try sheets
When you're done,
You
you're
don't know
done.
about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When you're done,
Imagine these things.
Oh my God, this sample. Sample.
If I
Oh my God.
If I
I said the Elgato not
rendered
on.
my video in Vegas and I sent the editor clips without the same sample.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor clips without the same sample.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked. Your main underlying argument
What is he talking
what you
about?
do is physically
daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing.
How?
You cannot physically trick shot. You could.
Low key though, like playing claw, you could get some type of carpal tunnel or
Would
something.
never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so
Wrist, your nerves.
How many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
But this,
many
yo,
hours a
yo,
day
that is
do you
hell,
trick
bro.
shot?
When I
He
How
is
many
hell.
when I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 10-10. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the
left
right
and he's not
spot,
trolling.
throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drift.
Drift.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous to walk around IRL street and rob us. Or
I gotta.
Wait.
they're laughing. But that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and
almost died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
Yeah.
High energy IRL and GTA 5 streamer known for reacting directly. Silky.
Thelma, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I am my last librarian, school children. I have been an executive secretary. Yes, all that, because it's who you are that, we create social media all the time.
What?
That's why we're 9-to-5ers and we interact and have energy with people where I don't think that you guys have. You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every day.
Yes.
Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Say
saying?
yo.
There's people
Oh
that
my
literally
God,
stay
bro.
alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out into the clubs at night, staying out till 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun. Okay, so
So, but I'm saying it's like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
now
What kind of shit's going on?
go to the club, some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But
hungover.
is that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You
do you
chose that. You chose this life.
That's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's
do
what's
what
happening
you do.
now. That's what's happening now with the total. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with, you touching hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people's
mind. No, you.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate, and I do.
Do you
because
watch
I
Dude, I'm
do.
so lost, bro.
Oh my God.
Of course I watch.
So do
it.
you
I
ever,
got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
Depends-
Entertained?
it
Have
all
you ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been like,
what's coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is
I got a
fake.
banger right now.
Some of it is
You
fake.
see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right.
Yeah.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us? Yeah.
What?
You know, you just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about. I can't even.
That's right.
I can go out and puff.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very
I don't want to like. Is she retarded?
social. I'm
She's
a
basically
very
proving their
social
points.
Person. Very. I do.
We do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public, oh my God, wait, I loved you're my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had kids
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Have kids come up to
Nah,
me.
same.
So
Okay.
Jerry.
I'm a server at an Italian restaurant. Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your mom
loves
and
it.
say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so
easy.
rude,
Because
honestly.
she works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black.
What?
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice talk about it. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly.
A hoodlum, bro. This nigga. Let me not even.
I can't get a job because I got taxed.
Hey.
I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
Yes.
Do you enjoy what you do?
If I make it,
Do you make it fun? Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
not everything.
What isn't? Break it down.
Well, it
What
is
do you
fun,
do in a
though.
day?
At least-
We'll swap
okay.
stories. What do you do?
It's very strange.
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous. That's a lot. But,
You're on his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to. hear this.
No, listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up, be 3, 4, I'm saying. I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them. No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up. I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments now. You know, brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So
Yeah.
you know.
This, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. You'll shave it on your face. Cool.
Still he got fat.
Now I have to game normal rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro.
No
I
energy.
can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna. Oh, no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrub
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I gotta do some.
Do you know
You know what's crazy?
My mind
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
He
today.
already did my.
I did my work today.
He took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
Do I don't want to hog the space here, but
No.
do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill
No,
himself?
I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Let my turn.
What?
I'll
I've never heard of such a
Give
thing.
a man a rope.
He'll kill himself again.
It means-
Is that racist? Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. When you say, do you really mean that?
Do why not like.
You said,
I'm an introvert. I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
Okay, but what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives, bro.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
He's so oh my god, so unserious, bro. Oh my god. Wait, what did they say? It's a fast riding station. He's been messing around. What? Briefly, for like a couple days. Weenie.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
You see, he's actually slow. Get this guy out of here.
Why are you?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye. Loved dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah,
again,
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question.
I'm passionate.
Okay, so you love it.
I had to make sacrifices,
So
and that's
you-
what you have to do.
so you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I was
touch
flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
You lost the.
Being a streamer, judged on thousands a single day. Maybe
But
1, 2, 3.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your? Was that your?
That is true. It is their choice.
No, that's my point.
It's harder
Was
than
that
9 to 5, that's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He ran up a
I ain't
bag.
gonna lie,
He did
I
it
did-
for a bag.
But the thing is, I'm passionate about emotion.
I said he picks the. Okay. They're just repeating the same points at this point.
Amazing.
She makes a percent off people. Fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get that you
Would.
5, you would take it?
Enjoy streaming.
You don't? Come to this side.
No, but I have to. This is what I built career off.
Wait, what did he say?
This side.
No, but I
You don't?
Wait, what?
Come to this.
enjoy streaming.
You don't?
Damn. You could tell that's like he actually meant that.
To this side.
No, but I have to. This is what I built career off of.
You
Started.
feel stuck.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it? Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
I have to.
that TV show can't? It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no, I'm saying if thousands
Baby,
of
stop.
thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
You broke into top 2 for Warzone, Privilege, Victoria. Swag is easily the richest in this room.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional, but I've worked at the age of 40. I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does a certain more than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody, if you guys all try to be a streamer, the probability of everybody here trying to be is way higher than somebody making streaming.
Fact.
Absolutely, your job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer.
That is facts. It is a good chunk of his luck.
Absolutely, your job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I
like
was
you out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer.
No, but
Wait, what
So
was
many
it?
people like you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer.
That's actually facts too, though.
No, but
So many.
hold on.
He's right.
But specifically what I do, I don't.
But professionally, at their level, it's literally rare.
I'm not posting selfies around the world. You know, it's
Yeah.
basically all pure talent.
Wait,
Okay.
can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty, like actual like. The
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what do I do with my life while you were gaming? Like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
you,
So
you weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life? Like, what should I study? What should I like? Where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
yeah, no.
That's
yeah,
what we
it,
do
it,
too.
Yeah,
We go
yeah,
to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think even having a job is.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million. For whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? 1 out of 1. So how are you gonna miss
Is
all
he
this
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
he-
I got
No,
fourth
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistic. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I played. I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
like-
you're
So that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky? Are they
Yes.
lucky?
I mean, they have a talent. They have a talent. But you know how many talented people out
Are we really comparing face swag to LeBron James
there and don't get the
and Michael
chance,
Jordan?
they don't get the shot at
Are we
it?
being dead ass?
What he did.
Luck is a huge factor, though.
That a lot of
Can't.
people are talented. The shot.
Facts. That's exactly what I was about to say.
What he does.
Exactly.
So it's not.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me.
Because there's so many people that are better than him that just don't got the spotlight. You know?
Who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was just, you dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing? I've been years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college
Wait,
for
what?
13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school. So that's not, I mean, if that's fucking,
stand on it, stand on it.
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a
Facts.
job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 6.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying you,
Yeah.
just talking in general. There's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because do the right thing, go the right path, meet the right people. So there are so many talented actors saying your luck.
Yeah, I'm done with this conversation.
Dick ride?
Video game.
Dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege.
In a dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do
That's
it.
just
Do it. They could never do it.
anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
Oh, I go to home, come back, and do it again.
This shit's getting repetitive.
How come in college is
You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back.
It's fine. It's like, again, it's
Oh, you gotta fight back.
She looks like she gonna start spazzing on people.
Nice meeting you.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past,
My name's Ronnie.
we're talking about job security. Are you Ronnie?
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past,
My name's Ronnie.
you were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being
I
furloughed?
love Ron, bro.
Like taking
We
it back
fall
to
off.
that's with being furloughed. Like taking
We
it back
fall
to
off.
that's being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent.
you get a
Yeah,
job.
that's
Oh, and-
it's kind
okay.
of it's not the same concept. Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then
Why is everyone having? You can afford to keep
I know,
it.
but if you lose a job, you
you
can't.
just get another one.
Yo, 2020 was really like a timeline reset.
You can search for. You have an opportunity for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for. I interview every day, the same spiel. Have to give that smile of walking through my
I uploaded
resume.
videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you wait? You uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views.
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent.
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job.
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder?
Then what?
Streaming.
No, I was on my all the time.
Oh, as a parking, a good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good
Wait,
at your
he's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well,
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one
I
nine
go
to
like this. I
five.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Ooh,
sorry.
But people,
Talent? Let me think. I think she's right. It is a skill,
I know.
but not a talent.
millions play video games, but there are very
Because
few
you're not just born good at it.
people who are genuinely gifted.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Why is it not a talent? Wait.
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think.
I think it's something you can master.
I don't think
You just get
you're
good
a
at it.
Mozart, that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. You'd be.
It's a talent.
With no maths, can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also
Wait,
put.
what?
And say it's yours is harder.
What
How
is-
do you know?
what
how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So
What does it take to be on that level?
Gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Alright, bro, don't